If you want to see me go for a short winter walk and test a cheap pan support with a meths stove, stay tuned. It's January and the wind is blowing, which makes it feel even colder. I haven't been out for a while, so now it's time to go back and practice some basic skills. All these things are small, insignificant by themselves skills, but put them all together and you have a good day out if you get them right. Get them wrong in a survival situation and you're in deep doo-doos. Even with boots, going up tracks like this is dangerous, so proper foot placement is always important. Going uphill, make sure you've got the whole of your sole in contact with the ground when you move. Pine needles come in pairs. If you can identify the pine needles properly, you can use them to make some pine needle tea. Normally, you can only hear the road from here. However, in the winter you can see it. So if you've got a bug out location or want to go wild camping, check it out in the winter first when there's less cover. Here we have the remains of someone's camp. It was quite a nice camp. It blended in well, but they left rubbish lying around, and that drew me and the people that destroyed the camp in towards it. Even at this time of the year, it's sufficiently off the beaten track to be able to get on with some little jobs unhindered. The straps are working very well now. Much easier to use than the old stiff ones. Priority 1 is get the spare jumper on. Priority 2 is set up the stove, fill it full of fuel and boil some water. Like the LK35, the Swedish Messtin system is a great favourite with bushcrafters and outdoors people. However, it is rather large. I'm going to use a smaller East German Messtin with a cheap set of pan supports that cost $1.98 from the internet. The East German Messtin comes in 3 parts, but because it's slightly smaller and I've got a large bottle of meths, I've had to leave the 3rd part out. It shouldn't really matter today. I'm carrying the water in a GI style Nalgene bottle. I'm going to drink out of the rip-off US Army style cup. As an aside, it's not that easy to light a meths stove with a lighter. One solution is to put in some old paper, let it soak up the meths and then light that. That works fairly well. The windshield, however, doesn't seem to be working too well. This really isn't a good test, because whenever you build a fire, you build it out of the wind. Out of the wind, the whole system works more effectively, and with a small amount of water, you can brew up a cup of tea quite quickly. Like all meths stoves, you've really got to take care when you think it's empty. Too often I've seen people burn themselves by pouring cold meths into a hot stove and it's igniting. So place your hand over the stove. If you don't feel any heat, touch the stove. If you don't feel any heat, refill. It makes a good pan support, but it's not a good windbreak. So if you're going to get one of these, they're effective, but get them out of the wind. The 2 pan supports aren't too discoloured after being used twice, and the mess tin is clean on the bottom. Not a bad little walk this afternoon. I've been out in the countryside. The modifications to my rucksack work. The pan supports with the meths burner make a handy, cheap little alternative to an expensive stove. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate your support. So get out there, get training. You know it makes sense. It'll serve you well.